So moving on to problem number 3. A brick is being dropped from a high scaffold. What is its velocity after 4 seconds? How far does the brick fall during this time? Okay, so once again, we're just dropping a brick, right? What is its velocity after 4 seconds? How far does the brick fall during this time? Okay, so let's think about it like this. So we're trying to find two things, of course. Are we given the initial height of the object, of the brick? No, right? So this is a good instance where we could just say that the initial height is 0 meters, and it's going to fall a certain amount, and our final height is going to be our question mark. Okay, so let's just fill in our given information. So we have 0 meters for the height. Our final height, the final height is what we're trying to find. It's asking how far does the brick fall during this time. Oh, you know what? It doesn't look like that the brick is actually indicating that's hitting the ground. Okay, so it's not hitting the ground. So it's going to be falling. And now the brick is over here after the time span of 4 seconds. Okay, alright, so what is the initial velocity? Are we throwing the brick up? Are we throwing the brick down? No, the initial velocity is going to be 0 meters per second. What is the final velocity? Oh, that's actually what we're trying to find here. What is the final velocity after 4 seconds? Oh, so we just have a nice little question mark right there. What is the acceleration due to gravity? By now, you should realize that whenever we're having these objects being dropped, or if we are to be throwing them up in the air, which we will do later on, the acceleration is going to be the acceleration due to gravity, which is negative 9.8 meters per second squared. By now, I want you to actually make sure that you have this memorized going forward for these free-falling objects. The time. Okay, so we are given a time of 4 seconds. Okay, so we have two things that we're trying to find here. We're trying to find our YF, and we're trying to find our VF. Okay, so which one do we want to find first? What is the velocity after 4 seconds? Okay, so let's find out what our final velocity is. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, you know what? Wherever we do see our YF, we're going to say that that's going to be a formula that we don't want to use. So where do we have YF? Oh, we don't have YF over here, but we have YF right here. Not going to use that one. We have YF right there. Not going to use that one. And coming through, oh, we got YF right there. So to find our final velocity, we're going to use equation number 3. And what's nice about this, which I always love, is that we won't even need to have to solve for our variable because it's already on the left-hand side of the equation by itself. So we have our negative 9.8 times our 4. Obviously, this provides us no value, so we don't need to plug that into the calculator. And we have our value of 39.2 meters per second. And that's our final velocity. Once again, the negative indicating the idea that we're going downwards. Okay, and I'm just going to get rid of our diagram right now. Our beautiful, beautiful drawing. Okay, so now let's get our YF. So if we're looking for YF, I'm just going to say I don't care about VF. Okay, so once again, we don't care about VF. Oh, we got VF right here. Not going to use this equation. Do we have VF over here? Oh, yeah, yep, we got VF right there, so we're not going to use this equation. And do we have VF over here? No, we don't. Okay. And we have VF right here, so we're not going to use this equation. Process of elimination, once again, helps us out, indicating to us that we're going to be using equation number 5 to find our YF, our final height. And which is nice about this is that we're already isolated our variable, our YF, so all we have to do is plug this in the calculator and we'll get our answer. Okay, so once again, make sure that you wrote down the equation correct, and I think that we're looking good here. So let's plug this in. We have this, our yi is 0. I'm just looking over here, and our initial velocity is 0 times our delta t, which is 4, plus our 1/2, negative 9.8, times our 4, and don't forget to square that value. This is t squared. I'm not going to bother writing this in, and we have 0 times any number is going to equal to 0. So all we have to do is plug in 1/2 of negative 9.8 times 4 squared. So we should be looking at this right now. We're expecting to get a negative value right now, right? Because a positive times a negative times a positive will result in a negative value. And when we plug this in, we'll get negative 78.4 meters. Always plug this into the calculator. Don't assume that you're just going to get this answer, okay? All right, and that's that.